from Los Angeles, here is Jeff Chedia.
Welcome back. My guest is the Pro Bowl safety for the Dallas Cowboys, the same team that won the NFC East title last season. Joining me for Ken Hamlin. Ken, how you been?
Been good. Just taking a little time in the off season, but definitely working hard.
I guess we can start right with the money question, literally the money question. You know, obviously the Cowboys put the franchise tag on you at the start of the off season. You have not got a long-term deal done. They have until tomorrow to get one done, or you're going to sign the franchise tender. Where is this at right now?
Hopefully in the last stages. I think that we're working, both sides are working towards getting something done. Definitely want to be there long term. And I think they feel the same way, and just trying to get the numbers and everything together. And, but I think we're going to make this a long-term thing.
Why do you think they feel the same way? What gives you that sense?
Well, we've been talking on and off for a little while, and just the feeling that I've got from them is that they definitely want me to be around, and I hope that's the accurate assumption. But it's just, the relationship, it hasn't been any cutoff in communication. So that's a good thing. And, keeping that communication going shows that both sides want to get something done.
I was going to say, how important is that? Because I usually see so many athletes who get turned off as soon as the talking stops.
I think that's definitely big. And I think that, I haven't taken any type of approach of being negative, and they haven't either. So I'm definitely just making sure that, both sides stay open to opportunities, and hopefully we can beat this deadline and get something done.
Yeah, well, I heard reports that Jerry Jones had made a pretty big offer to you over the weekend. There was some talk in Dallas about that. Can you give us some sense of how accurate those reports are?
We'll just see how things turn out. I don't know how accurate that is, but it's definitely big for him to to show the interest that he's shown, and to show that he wants to get a long-term deal done. And I definitely appreciate that part of him just going out and showing that he wants me to be around.
Now, I know both he and Wade Phillips, the Cowboys head coach, have been very open about the fact that even though you haven't been there during the off season, that's not a big deal for a player like you. Do you feel the same way, that you haven't missed that much?
You know what? I think that physically, I try to stay in shape, and I try to do my best, even when I'm by myself, to go out and work hard and to be prepared for the season. I've done that over the last 5 or 6 years, so I've tried to be at tip shape. Missing things, I think the only thing that I really miss is just getting that chemistry with your teammates. And I think that's something we'll build up, in the training camp and going into preseason, that type of stuff. So I think that I go in mentally, I go in prepared, and I go in ready to learn whatever's new, and I pick it up pretty fast.
Well, speaking of teammates, you got a couple new ones who were pretty high profile, and Zach Thomas, the linebacker, and Adam Jones, we'll call him that now, the cornerback. How much will these players help this team?
Well, Adam, AJ, I'm going to give him a couple of nicknames.
New nickname.
He's definitely a big talent at the corner position. Him being out for a while, gets a chance for him to sit back and see what he's missed. I think he's going to be hungry. I think he's going to be ready to play. And he definitely, gives us 4 or 5 deep at the corner position, which is, a lot of teams can't say that. With Zach coming in and playing the linebacker position, the experience and the type of player he is, you add him to the linebackers that we already have. You probably have about 15 or 16 Pro Bowlers if you add him to some of the other guys that didn't make it from last year. I think it's going to be a big year.
Yeah, well, how hard is it to develop that kind of chemistry when you're not there, or guys are coming in new, like Adam? Adam might not even be there this year.
Well, you know what? I think that it's not hard. With the group that we have, I think you gel pretty fast. When I came in last year, it didn't take long for us to gel and come together as a group and really start to vibing off of each other and filling the other person out. So it doesn't take long. I think that if one group is open to bringing someone in and welcoming them in, it doesn't take long at all.
Yeah, you guys were so strong last year throughout the regular season. You won 13 games, and then you had the tough loss at home to the Giants. What did this team learn from that defeat?
You got to grow up from it. You got to mature. I think that regardless of the years that we had of guys in the league, they weren't prepared. I don't think that we were prepared as a group just for the magnitude of what was going to happen and how things stepped up another notch. And if we just didn't execute like we should have. And I think that just it's something that will be on the back of our minds, whatever, when we get to that situation again, to know that we have to execute and we have to move forward.
Yeah. What will be different this year for this team? How will this team be better? I guess is a better way to ask that question.
You know what? We're gonna take that approach, and I don't know if we can be prepared any harder than we did.
Yeah.
I think we prepared great. We went out and we knew the task at hand. We knew it was gonna be hard to beat them 3 times in New York, because that's tough. I mean, for a team of their magnitude to try to beat them 3 times in a row is definitely gonna be tough. But we're gonna take that task and we're gonna go out and try to accomplish it.
Were you surprised the Giants went on and won that Super Bowl, beating the Patriots?
Surprised, disappointed, a little bit of everything. I was definitely shocked. They have a good team, but I was shocked how they had turned it around and they made a push for it. But that's how this league is. I mean, anyone has a chance. They get in it, anyone has a chance to make something happen.
I want to ask you a question about Oakland Raiders wide receiver Javon Walker. He obviously was beaten up in Las Vegas. Yeah. You went through a similar situation in Seattle, not exactly the same, but when you saw what happened to him, how did you react?
I was heartbroken at the whole situation. Me and him have the same representation. We have the same agent, and I called him immediately just to see how he was doing. That type of stuff is definitely unfortunate. I mean, for a guy to go through something like that, and like you said, I had some of a similar situation. It sort of makes you think back to what happened with you, and then seeing if he went through the same thing, and just making sure he's okay. That's my only thing. Regardless of what he lost or anything, I just want to make sure that he's healthy, he's okay, and ready to go for this year.
Well, as a player today, do you have to be more cognizant or more aware of your surroundings? I think about Sean Taylor as well when you're out.
You definitely have to do that. I think that when I went through my situation, I sort of changed certain things that I was doing a little bit to make sure that I knew, the type of people that I was around, and just, the surroundings and the places that I went. But at the same time, danger and bad things can find you anywhere. So you just have to make sure that you make the right decisions and just watch yourself.
Mm-hmm. We talked about Hard Knocks showing up at Dallas training camp this year. You're looking forward to that, or are you a little worried about the cameras?
It's going to be interesting on both aspects. It's going to be a great thing because it gives our team some exposure, which is hard to say that Dallas needs more. But it's definitely good to have the cameras out there to seeing the type of hard work that we're going to be going through, seeing how we're going to prepare. But to have them always on you sort of takes a little bit of focus away from what we're trying to accomplish, and hopefully people stay focused and we can get the job done.
All right. Well, Ken, thank you so much for being here. I hope the counter situation works itself out pretty quickly in the next 24 hours.
We run out of time, but hopefully work out pretty good.
Gotcha. All right. Well, next on the forum, the Brett Favre saga continues. What's next for the Packers, and how ugly is this going to get in Green Bay? We'll hit that topic and more when we come back.